Yo, crazy synchronicity. You guys won't freaking believe this. So hold on a second. I know we got to talk about this shocking stuff. I'll tell you the eyes and ears, the boots on the ground of what's going on right now. With this whole freaking files drop and everything, and what both sides are saying. I can be decent at just kind of reading the room in regards to, like what does the average normal person think? What does the people who are blinded and fully 100% Trump no matter what think? And what do the people who would rather Kamala Harris be president, what would they think? I can tell you all about that. Shout out to Eskimo who said Blizzard Day #3 at my hometown. Dude, Blizzard and your name's Eskimo, it sounds like you're in the right freaking spot, man. That's interesting because I saw actually the audio might be too loud. It's showing me red there. I'll turn it down a bit. Interesting because the Arctic Circle, what if the Arctic Circle is not actually like this little circle, but it's actually encircling us like we are on a flat plane, man. I'll tell you guys all about it. But I'm stoked because I knew that something fishy was going on with the shape of the Earth in like 2017 when all these posts started going out there. But now I'm like almost experiencing for the first time. I'm remembering, we have. So, I mean, how deep do you want to go into it, man? I'm telling you, the coolest thing I think about the shape of the Earth, and I know you're thinking, aren't we talking about Epstein and the files and everything? We are about to, I'm just saying. I have come to the conclusion, if you guys think from my research that I have a decent opinion because I have talked about GMOs and microplastics and this covert assault on humanity and everything, and you obviously think that I probably, you obviously like resonate with what I'm saying so far. I'm telling you, the same guy you followed, named me, Shane Vibes, who posted about all these things that made you follow me, who researched it, and that's why I posted about it. I have also come to the conclusion, which I will love to expand more, like I barely posted it enough about this, but that we definitely are not on a spinning ball. We definitely are not 2.5 billion years old. The Earth is new. And we were definitely 100% created, not evolved. And Pangea is fake. Pangea was never a thing. It is a complete scam. In fact, what Pangea does is it enforces evolution, the theory of evolution, and the theory of old Earth, which work in tandem. Hundreds of millions of years old and evolution work in tandem. What contradicts that is what is written in Genesis, which is that, and it's not just that, by the way, like I'm not going to take, I know, because I used to be like, oh, religious books would be better if they remained as trees. Like I used to think that. Many of them, because there is many false gods, but I will say, and that's the cringiest thing when people say, there's like 3,000 gods and you think yours is right. Well, yes, my friend went to Bali and they're worshiping these little miniature, and they have the right to do so. Like it's totally chill with their culture and everything, but they do worship like little mini creatures and do all these weird rituals and stuff, but they believe that it's strong. I mean, it's the same thing with what you saw in Star Trek when that spaceship, it's funny they call it a spaceship, because it's a ship, because that's actually water up there. I'll tell you all about it. And this native population who lived on this planet, again, planets are fake, saw the spaceship leave out of the water, and then they made that spaceship like their god. Like they drew it on a piece of paper, they started worshiping it. Like, it's the same thing with some isolated tribes and whatnot. Like if they see one thing, if they see a plane, like all of a sudden plane is their god. Like it's just shocking, But anyways, my point is that, dude, there's a lot of evidence. There are literal atheists questioning the theory of evolution. There's documentaries of glaring holes in the theory of evolution. We did not evolve. We were 100% created, and it wasn't by this like it's something serious, man, and I love it. It's great talking about it. In fact, I realize now, like all these years leading up to now, was to spread this message. You know, it wasn't just about GMOs, chemtrails, and fluoride. Like, that is important, but when you realize what Hollywood is doing, what these organizations are doing, they are rebelling against the natural world and against God. It's obvious, man. My friend asked me, he's like, dude, I told him that they approved a new pesticide for that contains forever chemicals, which is like a first. And he was like, dude, the people behind this, like, they must not be human. Like, what kind of human would spray and be behind spraying like these totally crazy, insane chemicals? And you know, they are correct. It's maybe not fully human. Perhaps it's something else. Dude, Dusty J said, I recommend The Gods Must Be Crazy. I remember that one, dude. I remember The Gods Must Be Crazy. For some reason, my parents or my mom, brother, we watched that. She was like a big fan of that movie. It was crazy. But if you guys don't know, The Gods Must Be Crazy, I think it was about this helicopter that flew over Africa and dropped a plastic bottle. And then this like African tribe became enamored by this plastic bottle and thought like it's the gods, like they must be crazy. So that's a funny movie. Hey, Dusty J, it's interesting that you remember that. Shout out to Kevin Hayes, man. Okay, I'm going to announce we're live on Instagram, and we'll get right into this because this is freaking shocking, man, with what's going on with these files being released and whatnot. It literally is something else. Okay, hold on a sec. That is so cringe. Hold on a sec. What could the comments be on this? Okay, let me just go live quickly. Hold on. Oh, the fog. By the way, guys, watch out of the fog. Watch out for the fog. I'm not joking about the fog. And in the UK, it's foggy right now as well. So this is freaking shocking, man. Hold on one sec. So someone suggested, by the way, that that they're moving something. I don't believe they're moving. Someone suggested that the fog is like a cloak so that they can move. I don't know, whatever. Like, you know, apparently you can barely see the freaking red light. So if you can barely see the red light, I mean, it's the theories that they're moving something up there. I think they have actual cloaking technology for that. I don't think that they would need to put fog everywhere to move some covert objects. My thinking more is that there's something in there, man. There's something in there for sure. They may be think about it. The people in St. Louis, Missouri had no idea they were being sprayed with radioactive isotopes until like 40 years later. So you wouldn't know if you're being sprayed with something now. I mean, we do know, apart from this fog, that we are being sprayed, yes. But we won't know the full details of what may be in this fog in California right now. But I would literally bet like anything that 100% this anomalous fog is something. It's not just water molecules floating around. It's not just a coincidence because of the temperature changes and all that. Like, there is absolutely something to this fog. 100%. 100%. By the way, are you guys hold on, hopefully this, you think that title is crazy? Trump, blank, teen girl. Files dropped. Well, let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to read these files to you guys, man. To block the sun poster child, that's one of the main reasons they're doing it too, because they do love to block the sun because it's giving off all these different wavelengths of light that are so healing and whatnot. But I think that, like I said before, California is a key state. Texas, California, and Ohio are the three key states, apparently. So it makes sense that they would be dumping something into the air of California for sure. Maybe the frequency of the humans there got a bit too high, you know. Um, okay, welcome everyone. We have an accusation in a 3-page FBI file about Trump. And this guy's saying, Cap, dude, I'm not saying he did or didn't, but we have a 3-page FBI file about this accusation. And we're talking about the leaked documents, the pictures that are now coming out. And we're talking about these spraying. This is not a gravity bender. Please unfollow if you feel drawn to, dude. I never even knew you were following in the first place, so it literally doesn't matter. But I do appreciate everyone's following. But I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you announce your unfollowing. This is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure, dude. But this is not even clickbait. This is the 3-page FBI file we're covering. So we're doing a deep dive on that. And we are also covering the fog in California, which is so shocking. If you want to tune into this deep dive, which I do not want to fully discuss, obviously on Instagram, surely we know it's not the optimal place to discuss things freely, right? We are live. D-Row, we'll talk about that as well. We are live right now on Rumble, which is free to download, free speech, free to view. It's totally free. Click the link in my bio. It goes to a Rumble live stream channel. We're live on Rumble right now. We have, hold on, how do I turn this thing around? So we're live on Rumble right now. We got people popping off. People are commenting. We got 46 people chilling on Rumble right now. And this is where we're at, because I'll tell you right now, you want to be careful discussing things on here. It's just kind of, I've gotten strikes before. So click the link in my bio, come to Rumble. We're doing a deep dive on this 3-page FBI file. It is freaking shocking. And what happened to the accuser is even more harrowing, or at least unfortunate. We'll say that. How long is this stream? Dude, I don't have really a set time limit per se, but we're live, so come on over to Rumble, okay? We'll see you guys at the link in my bio. I gotta unfollow these clickbait titles. I didn't even know you were following, dude. Unfollow now. In fact, I'll block you so you stay unfollowed. What's going on, everyone? Everyone comment, please. If you have a Rumble account, just say what's going on, because this is shocking, dude. I can't believe dude, I'll tell you my honest thoughts. From the very beginning, from 2016, I believed that politics is theater and it's fake. And I believe that anything that makes you root for either side is a psyop to get you to root for the political system, which is a scam. That's what I always thought. Then I kind of came around and thought, wow, like maybe they really don't want, yeah, shout out to Bruce William. Maybe they really don't want Trump becoming president because like he would do this, that, and the other. And they definitely did rig the election. But I do think that like there's multi levels and facets of psyops. So one of the facets is maybe they psyoped. They knew they were going to put Trump in because it polarizes the nation. But then they figured, let's do this. Let's rig the election to get Biden in, which will infuriate like 50% of Americans who are on social media following what's going on, and go, how's it possible that many votes came in at the middle of the night? You know, like I do think it's a developed psyop, like a multifaceted, multi-levels deep psyop. And I don't think that even if everyone, but put it this way, if everyone voted for Trump, literally 100% of voters voted for Trump, and everyone was stoked on Trump, he did just flex that he got 5G in and he's doing 6G. 5G makes plants unable to reproduce. 5G makes water toxic to drink if you put a 5G thing next to water and you drink it, like it's frying the DNA of the water. This is all anti-nature. This is all against the natural order of things. So, and I know you think like, oh, you can't win them all. Like, at least he's like deporting the illegals. Like, not even close. Like, out of the tens of millions of illegals that came in, there's been a few, like 100,000 who've been kicked out, and they did it in these big spectacles with these big camera angles, and it's like all exciting to look at. But it's also polarizing if you're like a second generation illegal and you're watching it and you're going like, damn, this isn't right, man. This is like the Gestapo. Like, this is horrible. Like, it's to further polarize the nation. And at the same time, RFK, who I thought was dope and I thought he was chill, somehow, despite him running the DHS, or rather the whatever department he's running, is not doing shit because they just approved a pesticide that has forever chemicals in it. That for the first time, you may think that that's like, that doesn't maybe register. Like, they've been spraying us with toxic chemicals in the food, air, and water supply. They've been putting glyphosate and atrazine in the water and in the food, and it goes into our water table. But now they've approved a new class, a new race of pesticides that also have forever chemicals like embedded into them. And forever chemicals were toxic as hell. Glyphosate and atrazine was toxic as hell. Now they're merged, they're married, they have eloped into a extremely super toxic chemical class of pesticides, which they're now allowed to spray. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, we're not going to be saved by RFK. We're certainly not saved per se by, I say we, by the way, I have to preface this. I am in Canada, like I'm not in the States, but I do, 70% of you guys who follow me are from the States. I do feel like I'm rooting for the States more than some people who are in the States. Like, I do love the United States. I wanted them to succeed through the yin yang, man, because they is the last bastion of freedom. America is the last domino to fall. If America falls, what the fuck is Ghana gonna do? What the hell is Bulgaria gonna do? If America becomes totally, for lack of a better word, gimped, like, that is the last front line of the war on humanity. I will say, Merry Christmas, everyone, by the way. So I do love the United States very much. I've been to Florida. Oh, fuck. I went to Florida. It was great, man. I went on a cruise. I don't think I'll ever go on a cruise again, but it was chill, but it was a bit of a shitstorm. But I'll tell you all about my experience in the States. But if you guys are born and raised in the States, like, you do have something going for you that you may have taken for granted. Like, there's other countries, they can't say shit online. They can't, let alone your guys's rules and requirements about carrying certain tools upon your person. Oh man, I wish. But anyways, it's just shocking. So keep the spirit of freedom in you going. Don't think you're going to be saved by some politician. Like, they're in a club. We're not in the club. You have to think about that. And yes, Trump is accused of rape, and then the victim was later found deceased with her head no longer attached to her body. And, it's just shocking, man. So this is type in Wu-Tang Kids on X. It's the latest tweet. It's going viral. Do I need to read it to you? I don't know, man. And then I'll tell you what all the normies think. All the normies think, why is it that, like, everyone thinks Trump's in the Epstein files? Like, a normal person, or let's say more left-leaning, thinks Trump's in the Epstein files. Epstein did say Trump is like one of his best friends. So I'm not even like theorizing here. Like, but here's what I think. Here's what I think. We're talking about Epstein, who's dead or gone, at least gone, and we're never going to see him again. We're talking about Trump. We can never shake his hand. We can't meet him. We should be talking about that they're pushing digital IDs now. And they're pushing these new pesticides now. And they're pushing for gene editing food, which is basically, hold on a sec, let me fix that behind me. Which is basically gene edited food. Dude, it's like worse than GMOs. It's that they can take, it's more easy to genetically modify food with this gene editing shit. They want to genetically modify you. And if you are what you eat and you're eating genetically modified food, this is what I think. When they went and sue when they go and sue farmers, if you're an organic farmer and your neighbor has a GMO field and the wind blows, the pollen from the GMO field blows into your organic field and it cross-pollinates with your crop, with your food. Monsanto can come and sue you because you have a percentage of GMO patented technology in your field. Whereas, so my question is, if we eat GMOs, does it alter our DNA to the point where we don't fully own our own bodies? That's something I wonder. That's actually, that's something that I think about and wonder. So is that so crazy? I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like there's crazier things going on. Silver, all-time highs. Yes. Holy crappers, dude. No problem, Stardust. He said, hey, I'm new. I'm sorry. Can we recap? Yes. So, dude, we're basically coming to terms with the fact that Yes, there is a 3-page FBI file that someone accused Trump of raping a young woman, and then she was found with her head no longer attached to her body, so she was deceased. And the cops say they didn't think it was schmuicide, um, and that's legit FBI documents. And so I'll put the link. I mean, fuck, man, like that's basically what it is. But here's why I don't want to detract too much to send you all on a goose chase of reading this, that, and the other. I honestly don't think. I think all of this is theater. I think that there's so much distractions going on, and this is one of them. I think that while we've been waiting on the edge of our seat for 5 years for the Epstein files, they have fully pushed forward massive changes to the immigration, massive changes to our food supply, more fluoride in the water supply, more cell towers, more chemtrails. Like, do you see what I mean? And AI has drastically improved. I think that we are being distracted with dramatic, what do you call it? Uh, like when you have a mistress, you know, what's that called again? You know the word I'm thinking of. Like we're being distracted by these political and social exposés and whatnot. And they're going after our food supply. If everyone knew what's going on with our food supply, they would know that clearly our DNA is under assault. Clearly our fertility is under assault, and clearly they want us to not be able to have children. It's part of a depopulation agenda. You saw the video of Bill Gates say, um, you know, that Bill Gates said we got to lower the population by 10 or 15%. If everyone gets, you know what, then we'll be good to go. You know, a honeypot, red herring. You guys have great suggestions. Thank you. Dramatizations. That's exactly right. False flag type of event. Well, Abraham, my thing is this, like, I'm not saying this shit isn't crazy. Like, that is crazy. If Trump got accused of this, that, and the other, like, that is crazy. But I'm thinking about how Florida, for example, is running out of natural environment. I'm thinking of how Ohio is sprayed with 350 million pounds of glyphosate per year. Like, this is the shit that will affect and or destroy us if we let it continue. Whereas the Epstein files, like, I get it, man. It is shocking. It is important. We do need to discuss it. But I mean, I don't feel that drawn. I feel more interested in finding out that turtle shells have 28 sections on the main part of the shell and 13 sections around the edge of the shell because they're a giant clock. 28 days, 13 months. That's how every single ancient culture used to tell the time. Time does not exist. It is a measurement of the Earth's, it is a representation of the Earth's rhythm. Okay, so time doesn't exist. What only exists in this realm is the rhythm of the Earth. It is absolutely rhythmic. So time is a representation or a function or a creation of trying to quantify the rhythms or rhythm of the Earth. That type of shit is interesting and mind-blowing to me. This whole files, the island, like they do all need to be exposed. And I guess if the one silver lining is this, that we have, we have this get exposed. If we were to find out that like all the politicians we pay taxes to and stuff were at this island, then that's great because then people would say, I'm not paying taxes. This whole thing's got to go. This is bullshit. But until then, we're just kind of willy-nillying around. And gay frogs are no joke. That's right, poster child. Gay frogs are no joke, man. I think what's more important news than whatever's going on with Beyonce is that they found out that atrazine reverses the gender of frogs, and then they approved it. They approved atrazine after they found out it makes male frogs grow ovaries and female frogs grow testicles. After those findings, they approved it. You don't think there's a depopulation and a gender identity crisis agenda where they flood the food, air, and water supply with these crazy chemicals to alter your whole state? Because here's the thing. If everyone was like Braveheart, if everyone was like Mel Gibson in Braveheart and The Patriot, if every guy was like those guys, do you think they'd be able to? Do you think they'd be able to do this? Do you think if every guy was as freedom oriented and testosterone leveled as Mel Gibson in The Patriot, do you think they'd be able to do half the shit they've done on Earth today? There's no fucking way. And that's so funny because you think of a population and you got to realize forever, whatever took over a city, whenever a war was won, it's because men got together and said, dude, we got to do this and then we got to do that. And we're doing it now. And we have testosterone. And today we're chugging plastic bottles and plastic microplastics, pesticides from birth. And then you wonder why you don't have any drive, motivation, confidence. I don't mean you guys, like hopefully you guys, but I'm just saying, like, there's totally a plan to lower testosterone levels because the testosterone is where you get the biggest fight from. A bunch of guys coming together saying no. And testosterone still exists. I will say that. I wanted to mention too, because if you guys didn't know, we just got deleted on Instagram last week. We got our account back a couple days ago. It cost a pretty penny to get it back. And so in celebration of being back on Instagram, you guys know that I'm partnered with Chalk, which is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They're founded in Texas. They're all-American customer service team, Patriots in control. They've approved a special deal for you guys who came all the way from Instagram to Rumble. For a $100 bag of chocolate powder, we're giving away 4 or 5 bags of the chocolate powder on this live, which is organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia that massively stimulates stem cell production. It's super detoxing and it's delicious. Plus it has organic Ceylon cinnamon in it and lucuma and camu extract, which are extremely high in vitamin C. This is detoxifying. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It's freaking delicious. And we're giving away 4 or 5 of them. Now, the way the deal works is I'm going to put the website link in the chat. If you guys have never seen or heard of Chalk, this is the website you probably want bookmarked because they have a ton of amazing articles. And if you're thinking it's important to detox and decalcify and boost your testosterone and balance your hormones, this is the spot, dude. It is the hub. So chalk.com, I just sent a link to the chat. Make sure you click that link to get bumped first in line. The way the deal works is this. The number one supplement for men and women at chalk.com is the hot water purified Shilajit. This is a hormone optimizer. It has 10 clinical studies on it. It boosts total testosterone 21% in 90 days for men, and it balances hormones for women. It's pro-fertile. It increases sperm count and sperm motility for men, of course. It increases healthy hair, skin, and nails. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. And it's also taken by Bruce Lee, Genghis Khan, Putin, Vladimir Putin. Yes, he literally took Shilajit or takes it. And Arnold Schwarzenegger as well. So freaking shocking. Dean, here's the thing, big guy. Dean, I know that you're kind of maybe dopamining around, scrolling TikTok, like just burning the freaking cells off your dopamine receptors. But over on Rumble, we have a few things going on. We have talk about what's going on, which is shocking. We also have the mere mention of organic superfoods. Because, Dean, here's the thing. I can talk about Michelle Obama and that whole theory till I'm blue in the face, man. But if you're full of microplastics, pesticides, and heavy metals, and the Illuminati is counting on you being in a lowered state of consciousness because of these contaminants and chemicals, they're winning whether you think you've exposed or uncovered some big giant truth that they don't want you knowing. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a war on our vessels. It is a covert assault on humanity through the food, air, and water supply. You think it's just from what? Michelle Obama secretly being... Anyway, you also, the option too, Dean, is to, there's a big button like on the side of your screen you can click and then you won't be on the live anymore. That is an option as well. But so here's the thing, Shilajit, number one supplement for men and women. Another supplement that is one of the top ones that you absolutely have to check out is the organic ashwagandha. So most ashwagandha is farmed in China, and I'll tell you how to get the free lit powder as well. Most ashwagandha is farmed in China. It's totally toxic. It's got heavy metals, all kinds of crazy stuff in it. Our ashwagandha is certified organic and has 43 clinical studies. Some of those studies include hormone optimization, massive increase in melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it, and it's pro-fertile. This is considered the king of herbs in India. You really should check out the ashwagandha. So the way the deal works is this. If you go to chalk.com, the link I put in the chat, CHOQ.com, and then next to it is a coupon code. That's a 53% off lifetime discount code. If you go to chalk.com and add any supplement or bundle to your cart, and you apply the code 53life on the subscription, that unlocks a 53% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically you're going to get, if you get a male or female vitality stack, you're going to get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao. And this is stuff you've never, even me being into organics and superfoods and whatnot, have never had organic and heirloom cacao until chalk. Yeah, there's some organic cacao. I've seen even less heirloom cacao, but to have organic heirloom cacao is shocking. Now, don't get too stoked on the freebie though. The freebie is awesome. It's first come, first serve. Apparently a bunch of people are on the site right now. So make sure you go to chalk.com and put something in your cart and apply that code. The other thing you got to check out is the Chad mode, which has 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop in it, plus organic blue spirulina. This is one of the most potent detoxifiers, binders, etc. In the entire world. In the known world, there could be more stuff outside of the ice wall, but as the known world, blue spirulina is top. So 150 milligrams organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. This replaces your energy drink, your coffee, your pre-workout, all the above. It's freaking amazing. You will love it. You got to check it out. And right now you're getting, in celebration of me being back on Instagram, 53% off for life on your subscription, which of course you can cancel or modify at any time. Again, this guy is absolutely correct. Look what he said. Be careful because a lot of shilajit is the tar resin. So get this. The vast majority of shilajit on the internet is the shilajit tar resin, which is hilarious because they call it a shilajit concentrate, when in fact, shilajit in its natural form is solid. To get it into a tar resin, they have to add 20 to 30% water. So it is by nature, or not by nature, but by man, diluted. 20, 30% water, but they call it a concentrate. It's a total scheme. So our shilajit is hot water purified, clinically studied. They take the shilajit, they use hot water to purify it, then they use the sun to evaporate the water. Then you have a concentrate, and then it's heavy metal tested, because you got to watch out, obviously, for heavy metals in shilajit. That's one of the biggest problems with it. Tommy, I appreciate you bringing that up, big guy. You don't need to solicit per se, but I do appreciate that you are aware that you got to watch out for shilajit. Do not go on Amazon and buy shilajit thinking you're getting a deal. You are getting schemed and also taking an unsafe thing. In fact, do you remember when Amazon got exposed for the number one prenatal that was trending on Amazon in the US? Number one prenatal. They found out the company that makes this prenatal is totally fake, doesn't exist, is not based in the United States, has no certifications, lab tests, yada, 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 nothing. And it was consumed by hundreds of thousands of pregnant American women. And it was some Chinese or perhaps Nigerian. There was a big deep dive on who it could be. But a company that you don't even know what you were taking. Hopefully it was just parsley. Even if it was, that's still, you're paying more for this prenatal than you would pay for parsley. But hopefully it's not. God knows what the Sam Dam could have been in there. You know what I mean? So yes, watch out for shilajit. The other thing, most shilajit tar resin and even some of the shilajit powders are extremely low bioactive compounds. They don't have much of the compound in shilajit that's supposed to be responsible for its benefits, which is humic and fulvic acid. Whereas the chalk shilajit is lab verified to contain 60% fulvic acid, which is, again, the main bioactive compound responsible for its benefits. That's what gives you the memory, the concentration, the cognition, the focus that shilajit is supposed to be good for. But the way some of these companies process the shilajit, or just the source of it in itself, is shit for you, and you have to watch out, and it significantly weakens it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shai Dia, who said, the enemies of humanity are well prepared for a fight. Yes, they don't like the peaceful protest. They prefer the violent street fight type thing. But if you just be chill and be like Serbia, who had that protest where they didn't even speak, that is the strongest thing, because they don't even know what to do. If everyone's standing around quietly, peacefully, they can't really tear gas them. They have a hard time going and batoning them. That is the ultimate way to get things done, is a peaceful protest. That, or if we all just didn't pay taxes, that also would help. I do know that in our lifetime, we're about to see something crazy with a shift in freedom being restored to us from this. Now, apparently, a bunch of people are on the site right now. If you are at chalk.com at this moment, make sure you apply that discount code 53life. It's a 53% off lifetime discount. If you're the first four people, one of the first four people to get a male or female stack, you are getting a $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. And don't willy-nilly around, because you know what? In the male stack, you have the Tomcat 100, which is clinically studied. It's 100-to-1 extract of wild-crafted Tomcat elite. and it boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, which is absolutely shocking, and it's clinically studied. Nick said, should I do my first scoop of Chad mode right now? Yeah. Do it, Nick, and give us a real-time documentation of how you're feeling and what's going on and how you're feeling, and tell me all about it, dude. Yes, exactly, dude. I would start with one scoop though. Also, apparently Luke Radowski said, we just found out that they tried to unalive Epstein once they failed in jail. Then literally they did the exact same thing again. Okay, so this is breaking news. I get that the files are entertaining and everything, and it is shocking. I will say, like, I am shocked about it, but I just don't know that it's our saving grace to have that all exposed. But like, it is entertaining. I will say that. Okay, hold on a second. We have. Yeah, turtle shells are telling time. We should know more about that. Pangea is completely fake. You know that, eh? I told you guys at the beginning of the live, but I have to mention it again. Okay, apparently the site is actually surging. Yeah, dude, you love Luke, eh? I was I don't know if you guys remember Stand Up 9/11, but Ryan, I forget his last name, but anyway, he organized a couple of meetups in Toronto. Actually, I went to two of them, and it was a hoot, man. It was a good time. Fuck, but we don't talk anymore. But anyway, he was good friends with Luke, so I kind of knew Luke through Ryan. And Luke is, well, dude, shut the fuck up for a second. You know that Luke interviewed Jacob Rothschild in the streets of Europe and said to him, like, the people aren't falling for your. The one video you may have seen of Rothschild be interviewed in the street was by Luke. Ryan D. That's right. DeSoma. That's right. That's right. Close, Stardust. That's right. That's right. But dude, Luke freaking interviewed Jacob or whoever Rothschild on the street and called him out, which I have never seen in my entire life, dude. I'm shocked because they call it like rude to say that they're up to anything, you know, nefarious. But anyway, he called him out in the street, man. It was freaking shocking. I can't believe he was able to get close to them. Like, I'm just shocked. Shout out to Stardust, man. You remember him, eh? That's hilarious. Yeah. He doesn't really post much. He just kept getting deleted, and then he's just kind of, I guess, going along with getting deleted. You got to freaking adapt, man, if you want to keep giving her. But everyone's on a different path. I don't have any. Everyone is on a different path, and it's a beautiful path, different paths to be on, man. That's too funny, Stardust. Stardust, who are you? Do I know you? Let me know. But anyways, guys, congratulations to whoever just got the male vitality stack. Someone just got a male stack, and they used the coupon code 53life at chalk.com, which means they are getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao. Congratulations to who just got the male stack. In that stack, of course, you're getting the Chalk Daily, the Tomcat, and the Ashwagandha. And the female stack is the Shilajit, the Ashwagandha, and the Irish Moss, which, by the way, our Irish Moss is certified wild crafted from Nova Scotia. It's got the full matrix of minerals, no microplastics. It's super potent. You will freaking love it. Stardust said, I studied journalism, and it never occurred to me that you can just go up to these people and just hold them accountable. Yeah, somewhat, eh, Stardust? The other interesting thing, though, is that, just so you know, if you take the Shilajit, the Irish Moss, or the chalk minerals, which are cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, that actually increases nutrient delivery and nutrient absorption, because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. And today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals, which is freaking shocking. Stardust said, I repost you a lot, but you don't know me. I know your energy, man. I mean, I know of you. I know vibrationally that you are a real and dear soul, man. So let's freaking give her, you know. But yeah, congratulations to got that mail stack. Of course, if you take the mail stack or any chalk supplement for a month, it's better than not. I do recommend though staying subscribed so you can get the full range of benefits, which are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. Like we call it the 90-day chalk challenge. I definitely do recommend that. But otherwise, yes, you can absolutely give her with even just 30 days. But I do think you want to get a major supply of it. One sec. Boom, bang, bang. Okay. Yeah, Stardust food. It's great to cross paths. You know, I never really thought when I was, let's say, 10 years old that I'd ever be live on a thing called Rumble talking to people about anything that I had no idea about back then. But I can tell you, we all have a different path to go on, and don't think for a second you're not where you're meant to be. You are exactly where you are meant to be. We can talk. Oh, this is what I wanted to mention: synchronicity. I inherited a bunch of stuff from my late father-in-law. One of those included a box of magazines. One of the magazines was a skateboarding magazine. I gave that to my brother. It's from like the 90s. And I said, here, dude, because he skateboards. And he's like, whoa, that's freaking dope. And so I give him this magazine. He goes home into his basement where there's like 10 bins of comic books, or not comic books, rather, like skateboard magazines. And at the very top of the open bin that was at the front of the pile was the comic I just gave him, like another copy of it. So I gave him a comic. Why do I keep calling them comics? A fucking skateboarding magazine. He went downstairs and found the exact skateboard magazine on top of his pile, and it was the last one he put on top. So you may be thinking that's not significant, or what does it matter? What does that really mean, or who really cares? But I ask you this: what are the odds of that? Like that I gave him a magazine that also he had at the top of his magazine pile out of the thousands of magazines he had. The odds are pretty like slim, right? That's a synchronicity, dude. That is a synchronicity. If I had given him the magazine at a different time, if he had stacked his pile up totally different, he stacked that freaking pile of magazines like 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, this magazine got put on top, and that was the magazine that I inherited, and that's the magazine I gave him. That like you understand, like look at what Butterdog said: slim to none, and Slim just left town. That's a great one, Butter. Shout out to dear Butterdog, man. Love you, man. Julia says, Julia, you have no idea how often I say that damn name. God's timing. It is God's timing, but then it makes you wonder: how scripted and predetermined is our reality now? I told you guys the story of Rob, and I will tell you the story of Rob again. This is one of the most shocking stories I can ever tell you. Listen to this, and I want you all to know. I'm telling you this because you need to know that you are exactly where you're meant to be as well, not just me. And listen to this, I'll tell you in 1 second. Okay, so the story of manifesting Rob. And by the way, why I have these strong manifestations and synchronicities is because of what I do with my vessel, and that I detox the plastics, the heavy metals, the pesticides, and the forever chemicals because I take chalk. Like this is not some willy-nilly like come in my bio, man, like buy my shit. Dude, this is a superfood. Like you hear me talking about microplastics, you hear me talking about pesticides. I'm serious. They are horrible. They are shocking. They're going to depopulate. They're going to defertilize us. They're going to totally F us up. If you think it could be worth $1 a day, or sometimes more, sometimes less, you're getting 53% off. Get a freaking Chadbo, dude. Give it to your dad. Give it to your uncle who's drinking Red Bulls. And yourself. And detox all these crazy chemicals and experience the immense benefits of organic caffeine cold water extracted from green coffee beans. It's Christmas, Christ Mass. It's not Happy Holidays. It's Merry Christmas. Put some chalk in people's stockings in your family, man. And you're getting a free hot cocoa bag of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder. You're getting that if you get a stack. Make sure you get a male or female stack or a performance stack. Use the discount code 53life for a 53% off lifetime discount, and you're getting a $100 bag of chocolate in your freaking stocking, dude. So, and I love chalk, man. I have people, you don't even know, like some of the coolest people I've met. Like I meet people at the farmer's market who are like, yo, Shane vibes. And this has only happened probably like 10 or 20 times in my life since 2017, since going public on Instagram, where people meet me in public. And it's a funny feeling, man. Like, because if you notice, like I said before, my page is not paying homage to me. It's me sharing information. It's not me flexing that I am Shane Vibes and I am so cool. Like, that's not really what I do, as you can see. But it is hilarious when people go, yo, Shane Vibes. And they meet me in real life. And there I am with the whole fam jam, little ones crawling all over, freaking whatchamacallit. Anyway, it's a fun thing, man, and it's lovely. And meeting you guys, you're just digits on a screen right now. Like none of you really exist. But when I see you, I'm just kidding. But when I see a guy just like me or a girl just like me, but different because of a different gender, in public, in real life, it is a shocking thing. It's like, dude, dear souls, like God bless all of you guys, you know. But anyways, my point is that some of the coolest people I met who met me in public are like, yo, I love the Chad mode. Like the girl who sells organic juices and stuff at the farmer's market. If she's listening right now, she found me on Instagram, was subscribed to Chalk, and then met me in real life and was like, and lifted up a bag of chocolate from behind her freaking kiosk at the farmer's market. I'm like, yo, that's Chalk. It was amazing, man. So it's beautiful meeting people. I will say that. But anyways, about manifesting Rob, I'll tell you guys all about it. So basically, I was standing in my parents' driveway talking to my dad. He made a joke. My dad made this joke. And forgive me if I feel like if I remind you of your uncle who always tells you the same story, like, you know, when people tell you the same story. So if you've heard this story before, it's okay. Just listen again, but I won't do it all the time. My dad makes a joke, which was clearly in reference to the joke that Rob, our family friend, had made to my father like 30 years ago. And so he makes this joke to my dad 30 years ago. Haha, funny, funny. In the driveway, like 2 months ago, my dad makes this joke to in front of me. And then I say to him, ha, Rob. I laugh. I go, that's Rob. Like I get the joke. It's referencing Rob. And as soon as I said the word Rob, a car honked driving up the road. And I turn around and look, and this car is driving by and it honked and it waved. And I said to Dad, I said, who's that? He says, oh, that's Rob. And I go, whoa. At the exact second that I said the name Rob, Rob, who I was talking about, drove by at that exact moment. And I go, whoa. And he's like, what? I'm like, I just said Rob, and then Rob drove by. He's like, yeah, but Rob lives up the road. I'm like, yeah, but like he could have been up the road fucking 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes from now. But instead he came over, he drove by as I said his name. And he's like, oh, fuck. Like he didn't even register to him that that was a synchronicity yet. So let me ask you this. If I was 30 seconds early, if I was 10 seconds later to arriving at my parents' house that day, Rob would not have drove by at that time. If a week before, when I had planned to go to my parents' house at that moment, if I had delayed it by a day, like so many things would not have happened if one thing was different to lead up to manifesting Rob. So much so that it is so unlikely for that to be random or a coincidence that it is neither. It is neither random nor a coincidence. It was a synchronicity. It was a moment in time that should indicate that it is so unlikely that when it happened, that it's a sign. And that sign is you're exactly where you meant to be. And if you guys slow down and be more open to and open to taking things slower and seeing the synchronicities for they as they are, they say that the universe whispers, it doesn't shout. So God and the universe, they whisper, they don't shout. Unless you're someone who, let's say you're driving on the highway and you're about to come around a corner and then you hear a voice in your head that's like, stop. Like some people do have crazy stories of where literally God like spoke into their head and said like, yo, slow down. And they like stopped and turned around and then all of a sudden like a big explosion happens. Like, some of those stories is freaking shocking. Um, but my point is that it whispers, but you got to slow down to listen to it. Hold on a sec. One sec. So yeah, isn't that interesting and beautiful? We have a whole reality in front of us here. But I will say that I do believe that um, the healthier our body is, the stronger the connection with our soul. And so that's why I think there is a plan to weaken us with the chemicals in the food, air, and water supply. And I think that's what we have right now. If it was just fluoride, no big deal. If it was just GMOs, that would still be horrible. Instead, um, hold on. This guy says to have a tree like that, you cut the top off 15 to 20 feet high tree, 4 years old. Do your yo, Patrick, what's flapping, man? It's interesting you know so much and assume so much, but you may be a Cornish hen. Hold on. This is a coniferous tree which was growing in the underbrush. Hold on, growing under the canopy of a mature maple forest in my backyard. I looked at its rings. It's maybe 5 years old max. I did not chop this off of a 20-foot high tree. I did not climb a ladder to cut down a twig. Thank you for your concern, you glue bag. Fucking hell. Oh, fudgesicles, man. Oh, man. I just tried to write chop, but I automatically went to chalk. Like I put a Q instead of a P. I'm so used to writing chalk. Hold on a second. I don't even know how he is going to react to being called a Cornish hen. Like that doesn't even. The best insults are ones that like it's like it confuses them. Like he's sitting there going, "This guy just called me a what? A Cornish hen? What the hell does that even mean? What is that referencing? What is the big idea with that?" But yeah, shout out to Stardust. When's your next stream? I want to talk to you about the weird stuff happening. I got sick, about 50% off, 53% off for all chalk supplements. No, I'm just kidding. About 50% of my office got sick and noticed it was raining mad, and I live in a desert. What the hell desert do you live in, man? That's crazy. What yeah, tell me, dude. One sec. You know, I make one video joking around and I get people saying stuff like this. Be humble, brother. You're showing signs of feeling like you're above the people because you have information they don't. That's the oh my God complex, showing signs, in my opinion. I may be wrong. Dude, I do not think, just so you guys know, like if ever I say something in video, like I'm joking to make you laugh. Sometimes my jokes fall on deaf ears. Sometimes your ears are just not open properly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking about that. You're in Dubai, dude. Holy shit! Shout out to freaking Stardust, who for some reason is in a damn desert right now in freaking Dubai. Oh yeah, they. I remember the flood of Dubai in 2024. I posted about that. That's right, dude. Stardust. That's crazy, man. Whistling Diesel's in Dubai right now. If you see him, let him know I said what's up. But that's crazy, man. Dubai, really, eh? Fucking hot over there, dude. Do you have any plans to get out of the city? I guess if I lived in Dubai, I would make as much as I could and then go buy a chunk of land. But do people even buy land? I mean, obviously they do, but I just mean like if you live in Dubai, like are you really buying like a patch of sand in the desert? Like that's their land? That's crazy, man. I'd want to buy something. I guess the coast is the most valuable land probably in Dubai if you can be near the ocean so you can get all the fish. But otherwise, yeah, imagine buying like 100 acres of literal sand in the desert. Like that is a shocking thought. Like here, you're buying 100 acres. You got maple trees, you got ponds, you got freaking all kinds of critters. But it's interesting how this world just changes wherever you go. But anyways, that is cool, Julia. Yeah, all of Nick says, I wish I was drunk in Dubai. Well, Nick, you know what, dude? Um, but are you sober in Nevada right now? Like, where are you? Because you're exactly where you are. Um, I could use some cool people to hang out with. It's just a famous YouTuber that is famous for like blowing up cars and stuff. Whistling Diesel, man. I'm from the Emirates. I own land. Dude, what do you own? Do you own a patch of sand? Explain to me the demographics of your land that you own right now. Because my understanding is like, I do love the little areas with palm trees and stuff. And like, you got a house that's built in a way that it's not too hot in the middle of the summer, in the middle of the heat is the hottest time of the year. But like if you wanted to live in the country, like in other words, outside of the city, like far out of the city, are the options kind of slim? Like I'd want a forest um, of palm trees, and I'd want goats and probably cows too. Do you guys eat cows? You rip your G wagon on two wheels. That shit's gnarly. Yeah, Nick's. I've seen those videos too. Um, Shout out to Stardust who owns a mansion, dude. That is freaking Giga Chad Ballin style. Just you know what the next upgrade is? Keep the mansion, but make it so that your mansion, if the grid goes down and your grocery store does not have food because there's a global collapse, that you can survive and thrive off your own ecosystem at your own house. And don't let your dream be to buy a farm to then pay people to work at the farm. You got to know how to dispatch that animal. You got to know how to skin a freaking goat and then cure its meat. You want to know the planting and farming methods. Don't think money will shortcut you into those things because you know what they say, some people got more money than brains, and you want to have more brains and more money. But I know money, it's a funny thing, eh? Because in the natural world, money doesn't exist. What exists in the natural world? Plants, animals, air, water, fire. Um, you know, money does not exist. It's a creation of the matrix. But I know people with money go, I got money, man. But that's the wrong thought. You want to think organically. You know what I mean? It's not possible. Unfortunately, I need to move to the north. The north is like Saudi. You know what, dude? I mean, you guys have existed in the desert for thousands of years. I'm sure you guys can figure it out, or you specifically, to what you want to do. But yeah, I wouldn't move too north. Like I would move to the least populated. It depends how much you love partying, though. Like I know people love going to clubs, going to the party, going to the big city. I mean, it depends how much you love that. But to me, a family on a farm in the middle of nowhere where no one can bug me. You can shoot because you're not in a city. You can ATV over the sand dunes. I guess that's your guys' equivalent of me snowmobiling in the forest in the winter. You guys ATV in the desert. I mean, that's fun, man. And you get a fire going. When I was in Hawaii, we got a fire going on the beach. And when it was time to put the fire out, you just put sand on it, right? But then we stood on the hot sand. Do you know how good hot sand feels on your feet when it is heated by a fire? Make a fire on a beach. When you're done, bury it in sand and stand on that sand, dude. It is like otherworldly. And I'd never done that before. So now you get to do that. If you guys live anywhere near a beach, Stardust, and you're surrounded by sand particles, get a fire going, dude. And bring your little teas. I know you guys love yeah, buttered on. That's right. I'm over the partying thing. Unfortunately, I work in banking, so I'm stuck in the inner city. They call it golden handcuffs. Yeah, wow, eh? Stardust, that is an excellent metaphor, golden handcuffs. You're handcuffed to live in this dense, urban, well, maybe not overpopulated, but super busy ass city, but you get paid a bunch. You know what, dude? As long as, let me just tell you this. Don't sell yourself short because you have so much potential and you can achieve so much. Don't think you need to stay where you are to achieve the things you want. Like there's no capability, there's no limits, dude. Like you are unlimited right now. If you like working in a big ass city, but you make a bunch of money, so you're stoked, then keep giving her, man. But just know there's so many other opportunities and options and whatnot, He says, we have sand dunes, but some people got killed there and buried there, so I'm scared to go there. Dude, last I checked, if you're in Saudi Arabia, you guys got AKs, you got Dracos, like just freaking give her, man. Like what's it called? Black Hawk Down, Think of that. I mean, you can survive, man. Or think of the Barbary, the pirates. This is like you're a descendant of them, probably, dude. Banking though, eh? So are you in a like a cubicle per se? Because yeah, that could be rough for sure. Yeah, the art. Oh, Nix, you're an idiot, dude. Stay strapped with the RPG. Oh, God. Oh, man. Nix, you are one. You crack me up, dude, but shut up, man. You're making me crack up. But anyways, my point is this. Saudi Arabia. Well, it's funny. You probably would never live here. Like right now, it's -20. It's snowing. You'd never live here. I probably wouldn't ever live in the desert because I like trees, water, forest, deer. I like hunting. I love ATVing in the middle of a forest. All of a sudden, you can't even see the sky. It's shrouded in trees. There's creatures everywhere. There's frogs and toads. But you love scorpions and snakes and desert. We all have different thoughts, man. Yeah, exactly, Stardust. That's chill. No, so it sounds like you got a good gig. If I were you, I would just keep doing what you're doing and keep your nose to the grindstone, but also make sure your spirit can evolve, and you're not pausing your spiritual development for your financial development. That's the one thing I'll say. Um, I don't know, dude. I'm in Dubai. Oh, okay, you're good, man. Well, Stardust, you can keep talking. So tell me more about who was killed in the desert. Can you tell us more, like who did the killing, who survived, and tell me more about that. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I'm just joking, Stardust. But I know deserts. If you ask Las Vegas, like a lot of people are buried in that desert in Las Vegas, 100%. Um, from the mafia, but that's really a low level compared to what the organizations are up to. I'll tell you that. Um, but yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Trump. Who knows? We're probably going to do a last call on the free lit. By the way, yeah. Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's right, Nix. So we're going to give away 2 more bags of the organic heirloom chocolate powder. We're going to extend this deal. So if Stardust in Dubai, who has a mansion, wants to get some chalk, dude, get a massive stack of chalk. Dude, we're talking about Shilajit, man. You guys in freaking the Middle East, you know about Shilajit. It's not news to you. But what you should know is that a lot of Shilajit is fake. Ours is real. So Stardust, get a gigantic pile of chalk right now. Get the Chad mode. We have a bunch of people in Dubai, by the way, and in Saudi Arabia who take Chad mode, who love Chad mode. You will see this on top of the Burj Khalifa probably in a couple weeks, dude. We have a guy who's actually going to take pictures of Chad mode on top of the Burj Khalifa because Chad mode is so popular in Dubai. Because in Dubai, they don't drink much. This guy, I don't know, that sounds haram to me. He's drunk. You're not even supposed to drink. But I will say, so people are opting for naturally caffeinated, organic, blue spirulina, detox, organic caffeine. I mean, you can drink this, you can chug this in just plain water. 1 scoop. Boom. Chug it. It's 150 milligrams organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. You will absolutely love it. And if you use the code 53life on the subscription, you are getting a 53% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically you're getting a $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Get a stack, the male or female or the performance stack, with the code 53life. You're getting 53% off for life on your subscription, and then you will get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Stardust, you know, I was psychically detecting that you may be a woman, but I didn't want to assume your gender. So that's the thing, you know. I'm just joking. I'm half joking. How much is a gram of weed there? Well, hemp. So they legalized hemp. Isn't that you know, isn't hemp non-psychoactive anyway? Like you can't even get stoned from it. So did they legalize hemp or did they legalize weed is the question. Are you guys about to be shishaing some freaking bongs over there? Crazy. Stardust said, God forbid a woman has a glass of wine. Yeah, I guess you guys, well, I was just wondering what's like, if that's preferred. Like I know different parts of different countries are dry, where it's actually forbidden to sell or to consume alcohol. So I didn't know if that was like that in Saudi Arabia or Dubai. But shout out to Stardust. She's a woman banker, girl boss, lady boss, freaking giving her in the dense urban center, working with millionaires in a mansion. That's freaking different lifestyle, man. And then you have Nix in Ohio wondering what's going on, man. Shout out to Nix. Medical purposes, as it should be, Stardust, although I don't think the government should be regulating it, but using it medicinally is better than kind of just becoming using it like a crutch. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I never would have thought. Oh damn, that one's popping off. Nix, you're in Ontario too, dude. Holy crappers, bro. Weed in Saudi Arabia is $500 a gram, dude. It's because they can't grow it there, man. It's too fucking hot. It's because they can't grow it there. And it's super black market. You can't just go get weed. Like Nick, you're probably growing some right now. I mean, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, dude, but but you got to watch out for weed too because it can have such high hold on a second. And the death penalty. Hold on. What the hell time is it in Dubai? Hold on. What the hell? This girl's on the live. This woman, who's a dear soul, by the way. Shout out to Stardust. I'm not chirping you at all. What time is it? It's 3:40 in the morning. So she's like 4 bottles of wine deep. She's got work tomorrow. Let's see. Does Saudi Arabia celebrate Christmas? I highly doubt it. Google is putting this big annoying fucking thing on my screen. What the heck is that, man? Santa tracker? Dude, okay. No. It's actually punishable by death if you... Yeah, look. Anything related to the Christian or any religion other than the Muslim is forbidden, and therefore symbols of other faiths are forbidden in the KSA. For this reason, the Christmas tree is one of the items that you cannot store in Saudi Arabia. Holy crappers. This is from a hotel called Four Winds, and it says items that cannot be stored in KSA, Four Winds, Saudi Arabia. Holy crappers, eh? Wow. Dubai. Dubai is UAE, eh? Okay, that's right. I keep getting mixed up. Does UAE celebrate Christmas? No, no, they do not. That's good though. And I work for a British bank. Oh wow. I know people are going to Dubai because there's no freaking taxes there. You got hold on. Shut up for a second. Stardust. Respectfully. Do you not pay taxes in Dubai right now? You telling me you get 100% of your paycheck? Because there's no way. That would be shocking if that is the case. Nix, can you imagine that dude going from 50%, 40% to 0%? That's like a 50% raise, basically. Flat globe denier. I love that. We don't, but my manager is on leave, so I'm chill right now. Stardust, that's awesome. Stardust, I'm picturing you in Dubai right now at 4 in the morning, chugging wine, having a beautiful night, and I think that's freaking awesome. So congratulations. 65% over 250. Yeah, Nix, I know, man. I know. We don't have taxes. Wow, must be nice, Stardust. Wow. I got lost of brain, but money. I got lost of brain, but noni money. Shout out to Flat Globe Denier, man. That is a trippy ass username. Okay, listen. So it's Christmas tomorrow. Merry Christmas, everyone. Really, Merry Christmas. Like, let it be so merrier than you ever thought. And don't let anyone tell you Happy Holidays either. It's not Happy Holidays. It's Merry Christmas. Okay. So apparently a bunch of people are on the site right now. We're going to extend this deal a couple more hours. So if anyone on the live, correct, Butter. If anyone on the live goes to chalk.com and uses, thank you, Butter, goes to chalk.com and puts any supplement or bundle in your cart, and you apply the discount code 53life, you get a lifetime 53% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And you are getting a free $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. Organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. This is included in your freaking order if you get a stack. Get the performance stack and get the Chad mode. Get the female stack or the female max stack. And I recommend the stacks, not just willy-nillying with one supplement, because it's 53% off as opposed to full price. Okay. Stardust, that's awesome. Shout out to Shane Fan and Nix. Shut up, Nix. Yo, Nix, DM me, man. I'm curious about your consciousness now. Okay, so thank you all for joining. This was a shocking live feed. We have lots more to discuss. Hopefully these files come out fully. Yes, it will Stardust, surely, but not me. That's okay. Make sure you use that discount code 53Life. Do not pay full price. You're getting a free bag of lit. Get a stack. Thank you, Shane Fan, for joining. Next time, have live notifications on. And Nix is buzzing from the Chad mode. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love the freaking Chad mode. You got to put that in your order if you have never tried it. Organic caffeine, organic blue spirulina. We got to detox this stuff, man. Okay? Dogs barking. Much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. And I'll see you on Boxing Day. Okay? Merry Christmas. And keep in mind, keep your notifications on, rather, for the updates in the next few days. All right? Much love, everyone.